Welcome to Psych IQ. In this video, we'll explore the signs that indicate you might have outgrown your relationship, providing insights to help you determine if it's time to move on. Stay tuned to the end for tips on how to address these signs and take action. Let's get started. 1. You no longer share common interests. One of the signs that you've outgrown your relationship is when you and your partner no longer share common interests. Relationships are often built on shared activities, hobbies, and goals. If you find that you and your partner no longer enjoy doing the same things, it could be a sign that you've grown apart. How to recognize this sign? Decline in shared activities. If you used to enjoy doing things together, but now find yourselves pursuing separate interests, it might be a sign of disconnect. Different future goals. If your visions for the future no longer align, it can indicate that you've outgrown the relationship. If you recognize this sign, consider having an open conversation with your partner about your changing interests and goals. Explore whether there is room to reconnect or if it's time to consider other options. Common interests are often the glue that holds a relationship together. They give couples something to bond over, share experiences, and create memories. When interests diverge, it can be a sign that you and your partner are growing in different directions. While it's natural for individuals to evolve over time, a significant loss of shared interests can create a sense of disconnection. Here's a deeper look into how this sign manifests and what you can do about it. What it means to share common interests. Sharing common interests means having activities, hobbies, or passions that both you and your partner enjoy. It can be anything from enjoying the same music and movies to participating in sports or attending cultural events together. These commonalities help foster a sense of companionship and deepen the emotional bond. How to recognize this sign? Reduced joint activities. If you and your partner used to spend time together enjoying shared activities, but those moments have become infrequent, it may indicate that your interests are no longer aligned. Separate social circles. If you find that you and your partner now spend more time with separate groups of friends, it could be a sign that your social interests are diverging. Different entertainment preferences. When your preferences for movies, music, or other entertainment forms have changed significantly, it can be a sign that you're no longer on the same page. Why it matters. When couples no longer share common interests, it can lead to feelings of isolation and disconnection. Without shared activities, there's less opportunity to bond and create new experiences together. Over time, this disconnection can cause a relationship to feel stale or unfulfilling. If you recognize that you and your partner no longer share common interests, it's essential to address it before it leads to further distance in the relationship. Here are some steps you can take. Communicate openly. Talk to your partner about the changes you've noticed. Express your feelings and ask if they've experienced a similar sense of disconnection. Open communication is the first step toward finding a solution. Find new shared interests. Explore new activities or hobbies that you can enjoy together. It could be something neither of you has tried before, providing a fresh opportunity to bond and create new memories. Respect each other's individual interests. While it's important to have shared interests, respecting each other's individual passions is equally crucial. Allow your partner to pursue their interests while finding ways to support each other. Plan regular activities. Together, to rebuild the sense of connection, plan regular activities that you both enjoy. This could be a weekly date night, a shared hobby, or a simple walk in the park. Consistency can help re-establish the bond. When it's time to move on, if you've tried to reconnect through shared interests but find that the disconnection persists, it might be a sign that you've outgrown the relationship. At this point, it's essential to consider whether the relationship still brings joy and fulfillment. If the answer is no, it might be time to discuss the future with your partner and determine the best path forward. 2. Communication has deteriorated. Healthy communication is the cornerstone of any relationship. If you notice that communication with your partner has become strained, infrequent, or superficial, it could be a sign that you've outgrown the relationship. How to recognize this sign? Lack of deep conversations. If your conversations have become more about logistics and less about meaningful topics, it may be a sign of emotional distance. Increased misunderstandings. If you find yourselves frequently misunderstanding each other or having difficulty expressing your feelings, communication may have broken down. To address this sign, try to improve communication by setting aside time for meaningful conversations. If communication issues persist, it may be helpful to seek couples counseling or consider other steps to address the underlying problems. How to recognize deteriorating communication. Communication problems can manifest in various ways. Here's what to look out for. Frequent misunderstandings. If you and your partner constantly misinterpret each other's words or intentions, it can create confusion and frustration. Reduced frequency of communication. If you used to communicate frequently but now find that you're not talking as often, it might indicate a growing distance. Shallow conversations. When conversations become superficial and lack depth, it's a sign that emotional connection might be weakening. Avoidance of important topics. If you or your partner avoid discussing important issues or feelings, it can lead to unresolved conflicts and resentment. Why deteriorating communication matters. When communication deteriorates, the foundation of the relationship begins to weaken. Without effective communication, couples may struggle to resolve conflicts, understand each other's needs, and maintain a sense of intimacy. Over time, this breakdown in communication can lead to emotional distance and a lack of fulfillment in the relationship. If you notice signs of deteriorating communication, it's essential to address them proactively. Here are some steps you can take to improve communication and rebuild the connection. Initiate open conversations. Take the initiative to start open and honest conversations with your partner. Share your concerns and encourage them to express their feelings. This can help create a safe space for communication. Practice active listening. Active listening involves giving your full attention to your partner, validating their feelings, and responding thoughtfully. This approach can help reduce misunderstandings and improve communication. Use I statements. When discussing sensitive topics, use I statements to express your feelings without blaming or criticizing. For example, say, "I feel hurt when we don't talk about important things," instead of, "You never listen to me." Schedule regular check-ins. To maintain effective communication, schedule regular check-ins with your partner. This could be a weekly or monthly conversation to discuss your relationship, address any concerns, and share your thoughts. Seek professional help. If communication problems persist, consider seeking the help of a couples counselor or therapist. A professional can provide guidance and tools to improve communication and resolve conflicts. 3. You feel like you're holding back. A relationship should be a safe space where you can be yourself without fear of judgment or criticism. If you feel like you're holding back or suppressing your true self, it could be a sign that you've outgrown the relationship. How to recognize this sign. Not expressing your true feelings. If you feel the need to hide your emotions or opinions, it can indicate a lack of openness in the relationship. Avoiding personal growth. If you find yourself avoiding personal growth to maintain the status quo in the relationship, it might be a sign that you're outgrowing it. If you're holding back, consider why you feel this way. Talk to your partner about your need for authenticity and personal growth. If the relationship doesn't allow you to be yourself, it may be time to evaluate your options. What it means to hold back. Holding back in a relationship means you aren't expressing your true thoughts or feelings. It can occur when there's a lack of emotional safety, unresolved conflicts, or a fear of negative reactions. Holding back can manifest in various ways, from avoiding certain topics to not sharing personal interests or desires. How to recognize this sign. Avoiding personal topics. If you consistently avoid discussing personal topics with your partner, it might be a sign that you're holding back. Fear of rejection or criticism. If you're afraid of being judged or criticized for your opinions or feelings, you might be suppressing your true self. Suppressing emotions. When you suppress emotions like anger, sadness, or excitement to avoid conflict, it's a sign that you don't feel comfortable expressing yourself. Hiding your true interests. If you're not sharing your hobbies, passions, or aspirations because you fear they won't be accepted, it indicates that you're holding back. Why holding back matters. When you hold back in a relationship, it can lead to emotional distance and a lack of fulfillment. Suppressing your true self can create a sense of isolation even when you're with your partner. Over time, this suppression can lead to resentment, as you're unable to express your needs and desires. If you feel like you're holding back in your relationship, it's essential to address it before it leads to further emotional disconnect. Here are some steps you can take to explore and resolve this issue. Identify the source of holding back. Reflect on why you're holding back. Is it due to fear of rejection, unresolved conflicts, or a lack of emotional safety? Identifying the source can help you understand what's causing the suppression. Communicate openly. Have an open and honest conversation with your partner about how you're feeling. Explain that you feel like you're holding back and discuss possible reasons. This conversation can help create a safe space for expression. Express your true self. Gradually, if you're not used to expressing your true self, start by sharing small pieces of information. Gradually open up about your thoughts, feelings, and interests. This gradual approach can help build trust and reduce the fear of judgment. Encourage open communication. Encourage your partner to share their thoughts and feelings as well. A relationship where both partners feel safe to express themselves fosters deeper connections. Seek professional guidance. If holding back is causing significant emotional distress, consider seeking the help of a therapist or counselor. A professional can help you navigate the underlying issues and provide tools to improve communication. When holding back indicates a deeper problem, if you've tried to address the reasons for holding back, but find that you're still suppressing your true self, it might be a sign of a deeper problem in the relationship. At this point, it's essential to consider whether the relationship is conducive to personal growth and fulfillment. If it feels like you're always walking on eggshells or unable to be authentic, it might be time to evaluate whether the relationship is still healthy for you. 4. There's a lack of emotional support. Emotional support is essential in a relationship. If you find that your partner is no longer providing the emotional support you need, it could be a sign that the relationship has run its course. How to recognize this sign? Feeling isolated. If you feel emotionally isolated, even when you're with your partner, it may indicate a lack of support. Inconsistent emotional availability. If your partner is emotionally available at times and distant at others, it can create instability in the relationship. What it means to lack emotional support. A lack of emotional support occurs when one or both partners fail to meet each other's emotional needs. This can manifest in various ways, such as not being there during difficult times, dismissing feelings, or failing to provide comfort and reassurance. Without emotional support, a relationship can become strained, leading to a breakdown in communication and trust. How to recognize this sign? Feeling alone. Despite being in a relationship, if you feel isolated or unsupported even though you're in a relationship, it might be a sign that emotional support is lacking. Lack of comfort during difficult times. If your partner isn't there for you during challenging moments or doesn't offer comfort when you need it, it can indicate a lack of emotional support. Dismissive responses to emotional sharing. When you share your feelings and your partner dismisses them or responds indifferently, it shows a lack of empathy. Inconsistency in emotional availability. If your partner is emotionally available at times but distant at others, it can create instability and uncertainty in the relationship. Why emotional support matters. Emotional support is crucial for building a strong, resilient relationship. It provides a sense of security, fosters trust, and helps couples navigate life's challenges together. When emotional support is lacking, it can lead to a breakdown in the relationship, causing stress, resentment, and emotional distance. If you notice a lack of emotional support in your relationship, it's essential to address it proactively. Here are some steps you can take to improve emotional support and rebuild the connection. Communicate your needs. Let your partner know that you're feeling unsupported. Be specific about what you need from them and why it's important. This can help them understand your perspective and take steps to meet your needs. Encourage open communication. Create a safe space for open communication. Encourage your partner to share their thoughts and feelings as well, fostering a supportive environment for both of you. Show empathy and understanding. To encourage emotional support, lead by example. Show empathy and understanding when your partner shares their feelings and offer comfort and encouragement when needed. Seek professional guidance. If the lack of emotional support persists, consider seeking the help of a couples counselor or therapist. A professional can help you and your partner work through the underlying issues and develop strategies to improve emotional support. When lack of emotional support indicates a deeper problem. If you've addressed the issue of emotional support, but find that the problem persists, it might be a sign of a deeper problem in the relationship. A consistent lack of emotional support can lead to feelings of neglect and resentment, affecting the overall health of the relationship. At this point, it's essential to evaluate whether the relationship is still fulfilling and conducive to your well-being. 5. You envision a future without your partner. A significant sign that you've outgrown your relationship is when you start envisioning a future that doesn't include your partner. This could be in terms of career, lifestyle, or personal growth. How to recognize this sign? Imagining future plans without them. If you start planning your future and your partner isn't part of those plans, it might be a sign that you're moving in different directions. No longer discussing shared goals. If you used to talk about future goals and those conversations have stopped, it can indicate a lack of shared vision. If you find yourself envisioning a future without your partner, have an honest conversation about your long-term goals. If your paths are diverging, it may be time to discuss the future of the relationship. Envisioning a future without your partner is a significant sign that you might have outgrown your relationship. A healthy relationship involves shared dreams, goals, and visions for the future. When these elements start to fade, it can indicate that you're moving in different directions. Let's explore what it means to envision a future without your partner, why it happens, and what you can do if you find yourself in this situation. What it means to envision a future without your partner. Envisioning a future without your partner means that when you think about your life in the coming months or years, your partner isn't a central part of the picture. This could involve career goals, personal growth, travel plans, or even major life decisions. It reflects a shift in your perspective, suggesting that your connection with your partner may be weakening. How to recognize this sign? Your partner isn't part of your future plans. If you notice that your partner isn't included in your long-term plans, it may indicate a growing emotional distance. Reduced conversations about the future. When you and your partner used to discuss your future together, but those conversations have stopped, it can be a sign that you're no longer aligned. Feeling more excited about independent activities. If you're more excited about activities or opportunities that don't involve your partner, it might suggest that you're seeking independence. Why it matters. When you envision a future without your partner, it often reflects a deeper emotional or relational shift. It can signal that the relationship no longer meets your needs or that you've grown in different directions. This shift can lead to feelings of isolation, disconnection, and a lack of fulfillment in the relationship. If you find yourself envisioning a future without your partner, it's essential to explore why this is happening and what it means for your relationship. Here are some steps to help you navigate this situation. Reflect on your feelings. Take time to reflect on your feelings and consider why you're envisioning a future without your partner. Is it due to a lack of connection, conflicting goals, or personal growth? Understanding the root cause can help you determine your next steps. Communicate openly with your partner. If you're envisioning a future without your partner, it's crucial to have an open and honest conversation about your feelings. Explain that you've noticed a shift in your perspective and discuss what it means for the relationship. Explore shared goals and interests. To determine if there's still common ground, explore whether you and your partner have shared goals and interests. If there's a significant disconnect, it may indicate that the relationship has run its course. Consider relationship counseling. If you're unsure about the future of your relationship, consider seeking the help of a couples counselor or therapist. A professional can help you and your partner explore your feelings and determine whether the relationship can be rebuilt. Evaluate your happiness and fulfillment. Ultimately, your happiness and fulfillment are the most important factors. If you find that envisioning a future without your partner brings a sense of relief or excitement, it might be a sign that it's time to move on. When envisioning a future without your partner indicates a deeper problem. If you consistently find yourself envisioning a future without your partner, it might indicate a deeper problem in the relationship. This could be due to unresolved conflicts, emotional distance, or differing life goals. At this point, it's essential to consider whether the relationship is still meeting your needs and providing fulfillment. 6. You've lost respect for each other. Respect is fundamental to a healthy relationship. If you've lost respect for your partner or vice versa, it can be a clear sign that the relationship has reached a breaking point. How to recognize this sign? Frequent disagreements and arguments. If disagreements have become hostile or disrespectful, it can indicate a lack of mutual respect. Undermining or criticizing each other. If you or your partner constantly undermine or criticize each other, it shows a lack of respect. If respect has eroded in the relationship, consider whether it's possible to rebuild it through open communication and mutual understanding. If the disrespect continues, it may be a sign that the relationship is no longer healthy. Respect is a fundamental element in any healthy relationship. It involves valuing each other's opinions, boundaries, and individuality. When respect is lost, it can lead to a breakdown in communication, emotional distance, and even hostility. Losing respect for each other is a significant sign that you've outgrown your relationship. Let's explore what this loss of respect looks like, why it happens, and what you can do if you're experiencing it. What it means to lose respect. Losing respect in a relationship can take many forms, from dismissive behavior to outright disrespect. It can occur when partners no longer value each other's opinions, disregard boundaries, or engage in demeaning behavior. This erosion of respect can lead to a toxic dynamic that undermines the foundation of the relationship. How to recognize this sign? Frequent arguments and disagreements. If you find yourselves in constant arguments or disagreements that turn hostile, it could be a sign of lost respect. Disregarding each other's boundaries. When partners no longer respect each other's boundaries or personal space, it can indicate a breakdown in respect. Public criticism or undermining. If you or your partner publicly criticize or undermine each other, it reflects a lack of respect. Lack of support for each other's goals. If you no longer support each other's goals or actively work against them, it shows a lack of respect for each other's ambitions. Why respect matters. Respect is essential for maintaining a healthy and supportive relationship. It fosters trust, open communication, and emotional safety. When respect is lost, it can create a toxic environment where partners feel devalued and unappreciated. This breakdown can lead to emotional distance and a lack of fulfillment in the relationship. If you've lost respect for each other, it's crucial to address it before it leads to further damage. Here are some steps to help you navigate this situation. Reflect on the cause of lost respect. Take time to reflect on why respect has been lost. Was it due to a specific incident or a gradual erosion over time? Understanding the cause can help you determine the best course of action. Communicate openly with your partner. Have an open and honest conversation about the lack of respect in the relationship. Discuss specific examples and how they made you feel. This can help bring the issue to light and start the process of rebuilding respect. Establish clear boundaries. If boundaries have been violated, work together to establish clear and respectful boundaries. Ensure that both partners understand and agree to respect each other's limits. Focus on positive reinforcement. To rebuild respect, focus on positive reinforcement. Compliment your partner when they do something that deserves recognition. This can help shift the focus from criticism to appreciation. Seek professional guidance. If the loss of respect has led to a toxic dynamic, consider seeking the help of a couples counselor or therapist. A professional can provide guidance and tools to rebuild respect and improve communication. When loss of respect indicates a deeper problem. If you've addressed the issue of lost respect, but find that the problem persists, it might be a sign of a deeper problem in the relationship. At this point, it's essential to evaluate whether the relationship is still healthy and conducive to your well-being. If respect cannot be restored, it might be time to consider ending the relationship to prevent further emotional damage. If you're no longer happy in the relationship, consider discussing your feelings with your partner. Explore whether there are underlying issues that can be addressed. If the relationship continues to lack fulfillment, it might be time to part ways. Outgrowing a relationship is a natural part of personal growth and development. If you notice any of these signs in your relationship, it might be time to consider whether the relationship still serves you. Remember, it's important to prioritize your well-being and happiness. If you have any thoughts or experiences to share on this topic, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to Psych IQ for more insights into relationships and personal growth. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.